here's the pantry. Pantry features a big part of the co-working space because every morning we serve breakfast for the co-workers, and as a member you basically get the whole anything you see here. So it includes coffee, and that's like premium coffee bean stuff that you can brew yourself, and then you have snacks, you help yourself, and then in the fridge we have juice and green tea that we replenish every day. So we feed you basically, right?
Coffee is the most important thing.
Coffee is the most important, and I see it as a main place where the people socialize. That's where we get together in the morning, start our day. And so this space, we feature two different areas for working. This side is more geared towards teams, and this can sit 12 people, so probably like 3 teams of 4s can be situated here. Over on the other side, more like private working areas. People who need more focus, need to look at nothing, facing the wall. You can sit another 12 over there. So total we can actually fit is 24.
So what about this place? This I'm guessing are the meeting rooms then?
Yeah, so this is the meeting rooms. We have the meeting rooms can fit 4 to 6 people. And what's cool about it is that this middle area, first of all, the whole space there, it's a whiteboard, and it can actually slide open. So you can actually run it along these tracks that you see at the top and make it one huge meeting room, so which can fit around like 8 to 12 people.
Cool.
So that's the meeting rooms. And
are the meeting rooms like separate for rent or different rates altogether? Or?
Right now, what we do is for members, we don't currently charge, so it's all inclusive in their package. And actually, a lot of things we don't charge. So like coffee, we don't like start nickel and diming them and say, okay, how many capsules do you take today? You know.
So no Air Asia style, additional
add-ons,
hidden charges, yeah.
But for meeting rooms right now, we don't meter it for members. We haven't opened it up for non-members. But even having said that, we have a scheduler that you can book 1 hour a day, as like soft limit. But as so far, I've seen there's no demand for it.
Right.
So a lot of people work remotely, have their meetings over Skype, like I do. So we rarely have to be in the meeting room to discuss with. But things will change as people come in and have clients come in and so on.
Cool. And I guess this is like the opening reception place. And
So it's just a chill out area. We actually have another chill out area at the back.
Oh, okay.
We're thinking of a ping pong table. Because we sit around, we don't exercise too much.
So is this like how many people usually come here right now?
Well, so we just started launching. We started what's the word for it? We started charging people 1st of June, yesterday. So at launch we are 7 people, and from between 7 to 8. One person still waiting for confirmation. Most of them right now, the composition looks like half of them are programmers. We have one designer, Kailun. We have a guy who's got cradle funding, and then he's starting his startup here. And we're gonna get in July, Cheng Soon, who founded Hacker Monthly. He's moving here. He's moving to Kelana Jaya to PJ. Specifically for Fluentspace. So he's currently in Penang.
Awesome. And how many people can the entire workspace accommodate?
The whole thing as desks, with chairs, that's 24. So we can fit 24 people. What we try to do also is to curate the people that come in and work here, right? So we build ourselves like co-working for creatives, and we want to keep it that way so that there's value to the community. So that you give value to the community gives value to you as well. So if we are with like-minded people, when we have our breakfast or like when we go for lunch, we have discussions. We have lunch together and we have fruitful discussions. And we talk about things that it's like webcam but on an everyday basis.
Right. So it's not just a bunch of strangers coming together and
exactly. Yeah. And for some reason, these areas tends to attract a lot of direct marketers or MLM people. I don't know, seriously. This this place used to be an MLM base. So we tore all of that down and then put in something new.
Right. Just a couple of questions. I mean, and also, why Kelana Jaya? Yes, as an area.
Okay, so when we first started the whole process, we started in December.
Right.
We looked for a space, and at that point we, webcam KL has been running for a few months already. And we like the area. We like Menara UOA. You get off the Bangsar LRT, you're there. And so we looked. The first choice was we went to Menara UOA, and we looked at the two things that held us back. One is renting the place is really expensive, like really expensive. Second is the whole thing is like it's corporate grade A office, whatever, right? So as a co-working space, it feels kind of not really. It doesn't have that feel like, okay, I'm gonna go to co-work and do all this creative stuff. But first thing I do is get into a building with everybody else in suits and everything, and just that feel that. And then it's very tight security. There's no like walk-in kind of like I can just walk up to it. Let's say if I'm curious about it, there's no way for me to check it out unless I have an open.
So this is a lot more looser. It's a lot more casual in some sense. Yeah.
And so that was, and also food around that area kind of suck unless you go to like Ma'aruf area and whatever. So Kelana Jaya came out. So when we were looking at this, suddenly I found this space. And in terms of like size as well, it's two lots that the middle partition had already been broken down. So that was like, hey, this is great.
Just nice, yeah.
Just nice, and it was going for pretty good rate. So we got this whole space, much bigger space, for much lesser than what we would have gotten for a much smaller place in Menara UOA.
And I guess in thinking of the design of this place, did you come up with the schematics or?
Okay.
What was the idea behind the design, I guess?
So we started curating a lot of links, a lot of pictures, like of office spaces that we like on the web. And we usually like gravitate towards the design where it's like very industrial, very open concept. And I had a team, like a interior designer, his husband and wife team, to help me realize this vision. And they, in their history, I mean, their experience, they never designed something like this. They mostly do corporate offices where everything's like backlit under plaster and all that stuff, very like corporate chic looking. So I had to give them a lot of input, show them pictures, show them check this out, really understand what it is. And so there are a lot of things, a lot of elements in here which look industrial, but at the same time it looks cool, but at the same time actually it's cheaper. So for example, like our power sockets, for every table has 2 power sockets, right? So that's something that we don't skimp on, and that's something that you would struggle if you go to work at a cafe. So here's 2 ports for you to use, and to wire that up, we decided to use like exposed cabling, the tube, whatever you call it. It lends to the look, and actually it's also cheaper.
Okay.
So a lot of that actually ended up being quite. It was an exercise lah. So for example, what I'm particularly proud of is our like ceiling in the lounge area. It's actually plywood. It's actually just plywood and with white trusses, and our reception counter is a testament of using recycled stuff. So we use like recycled timber, recycled I think it's timber to create our reception. And a lot of people come in, first thing they say that like the reception is really cool.
Right, cool.
So yeah, that was there's a lot of ideas from them, definitely. I helped to move it to a certain look and feel, but they definitely helped to come up with a lot of the things that you see.
All right.
And a lot of things were also for cost savings as well. Like for example, these cowboy doors at the toilets were an alternative to. They wanted to put like a glass door, but one glass door was like quoted as 2,000 ringgit. I was like, oh, okay, let's do this kind of doors. So
okay.
a lot of that came about.
Cool. All right.